Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our final episode of the Winter Holidays Around the World, brought to you in collaboration with our local public libraries here in the town of Islip and our great institution, the South Shore University Hospital, who has really worked hard with us on this. We thank Angela and her team for putting this together. It's been fun. We started with Hanukkah, and we did a book reading about Hanukkah. We did Christmas. We did Kwanzaa. We did New Year's Day, and now today we're going to talk about the holiday of St. Valentine's Day, which is just coming up for us now. St. Valentine's Day originated as a Western Christian feast day honoring one or two early martyrs named St. Valentine, and it's recognized as a significant cultural, religious, and commercial celebration of romance and love in the many regions of the world. We're joined this morning, again, by one of our fantastic public libraries here in our community, the Islip Public Library, and the great work that they do. Thank you, Adriana LaDolce. I know I have done some work with you where we're putting the sandwich bags together for our folks who have food issues and food need in the community. And I've been delighted to do that. I always look to work with the Islip Public Library and the great work that you're doing there. And I love your background on your screen. That's really cool.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
And we're also joined again. This is a running act. We have Dr. True Wisdom. Myself and Dr. True Wisdom have been doing this. So we're joined by Dr. Sonia True Wisdom from South Shore University Hospital. And she's going to tell us a little bit about the history of Valentine's Day. So Dr. True Wisdom, take it away.
Thank you so much, Councilman Jim O'Connor. It's a pleasure to be able to do this with you and to be joined by Adriana so very well. This has been quite an eye-opener, a lot of learning for me, and a real pleasure also. So as we go in to talk about St. Valentine's Day, a very interesting holiday. In AD, that's way before Common Time, two gentlemen by the name of Valentine were actually executed by the same emperor, Emperor Claudius II. Now, the reason for their execution was that Claudius wanted them to renounce or deny their faith in God, and they refused. And so on February the 14th, 269, he executed the first of the Valentines. Now, something that sort of adds to the story is that just before he was executed, and it was quite gruesome, so I won't get into the details of his execution, but in the jail where he was kept, he restored the sight and the hearing for the daughter of the jailer who kept him in prison. And subsequently, that made him a saint. And so years later, in 469 AD, Pope, I'm going to say his name here, Gesalius, he then inaugurated the holiday of St. Valentine so that we could honor their lives of love, really, because both showed their love to the very end to the people whom they served and refused to renounce their love for God and their love for people. And so down through the ages, the times to come, we have celebrated St. Valentine's Day as a time of love and a time to send our sweetheart a little something, something, whether it's a card or whatever, but to, whether we're in kindergarten or high school, wherever, we want to let that little person know, that sweetheart know, hey, I'm sweet on you. And so here we have Valentine's Day. Hope you
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. True Wisdom. So I know South Shore University Hospital and the whole Northwell system is very active with the whole promotional effort that surrounds really kind of the whole month of February now, which is about heart health, and specifically back last Friday, February, I think it was 5th, we celebrated it here in the town of Islip as it relates to women's health issues. Obviously, people think about heart health and heart safety, and the first thing that comes to mind are heart attacks, and it was predominantly always meant to be an issue amongst our male population. And yet we know that heart attacks and heart health really impacts our women as well. So Friday, I know February 5th was Wear Red Day for women. We celebrated it here in the town of Islip. We took a great photo out on our front steps with everybody from the town who wore red that day. I'm wearing red again today to celebrate heart health and heart safety. And I'd like to give a shout out, of course, to my special Valentine, who's a cardiologist here in the community who addresses heart health issues, my wife. And so it's important that we do that as well. And I think we'll hear more from Dr. Levine about that later. But thank you. I know South Shore Hospital is probably doing a lot to promote those efforts as well. So thank you, Dr. True Wisdom.
Right. You're welcome. Yes, we have quite a celebration, and you know, we will keep that Wear Red going throughout the month, keeping our heart, you know, our hearts pure, our hearts clean. And it so happened that my sweetheart, my husband, is a chaplain too. You know, we're doctors of the heart. And we keep that going also.
Terrific. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I'd like to introduce our one of our great public libraries here in our community, the Islip Public Library. And I think, Adriana, your title is Assistant Executive Director or Associate Executive Director?
I am the head of outreach services, and I'm here to create connections within the community. And I love working with you. It's nice to continue collaborating with you, Councilman O'Connor, as well as Northwell Health. Thank you so much. And I'm here to share one of my favorite stories with you and your family for Valentine's Day. So I'm just going to share my screen if that's okay.
Great. Thanks, Adriana.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So hopefully you had enough time to get your little ones with you. One of my favorite stories for February is Lily's Chocolate Heart by Kevin Henkes. It was almost bedtime on Valentine's Day. Lily had one chocolate heart left. It was wrapped in red foil. She decided to save it. Lily wanted to find the perfect place to keep the heart. She looked under her bed, but it was too dusty. She looked inside her dresser, but it was too messy. She tried behind the radiator, too warm. She tried on top of the picture frame, too narrow. She tried between the books on the bookshelf, too tight. I know, said Lily. She unwrapped the heart and popped it into her mouth. Perfect, said Lily. When is it Valentine's Day again? Aw. I wouldn't have made it that long. I would have had the chocolate right away. So I hope everyone gets to enjoy some chocolate, some delicious yumminess this Valentine's Day. And if you're looking for something extra sweet, I also hope that you stop by your local library. We have tons of things to brighten up your day. For example, at the Islip Public Library, we have contactless grab and go. You don't even have to go inside. You just go straight to the lobby, call in beforehand, and you can have a whole slew of fun things that we have available to pick up, including Valentine's Day, such as maybe you feel like cooking and making some muffins for your loved one, or maybe some crafts, a picture frame or a card. Your teens might want to make some candles and bracelets. Adults, we didn't forget about you. There are crafts, or maybe you want to find your inner peace. And maybe you'd like to do that through meditation, tidying up your room, some exercise, gathering up your little ones and reading a story time. Maybe the teens want to get together. Of course, we always have our book discussions, and maybe you want to learn a new language. You do American Sign Language and Spanish. But most of all, just like to wish you all a happy and healthy Valentine's Day. And thank you for having me.
Adriana, thank you. And thank you to the library for everything you're doing. I mean, these are remarkable times. These are really difficult times. And the libraries have really adjusted terrifically. You are offering your programs virtually. That's wonderful. I mean, we're doing this, think about, we're doing this program right now, all within 5 miles of each other, but all in our offices differently. So, and responsibly and safely. But one of the things that I'd like to point out to anybody who'd be watching is the libraries have fantastic programs. And so when difficult times like this, and we're facing them, we have to adjust, we have to adapt, and we have to learn new things. And particularly some of the folks in our senior community, senior citizens, who may not know how to use Zoom or may not learn how to use it on their phone. I know our public libraries are offering programs to train people in these times when Zoom and these virtual meetings are taking place, to help our seniors so that they can connect with their families. And that's an important part of Valentine's Day, is being with our loved ones and connecting with our families. So the library is doing a great job with that. Again, I offer to our seniors not only the great programs that Adriana talked about, the grab and go crafts and the grab and go cooking and the virtual meditation, but you can also learn a lot by some of the programs in terms of how to adjust in these times and use the programs that are now becoming more and more necessary for all of us to use. So Adriana, thank you. Thank you to all of our public libraries, and I wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. In a moment, we're going to hear from Dr. Heidi Levine from South Shore University Hospital, who's going to tell us about some healthy heart tips. But for now, we're going to step out and we're going to defer to the experts. So happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Heidi Levine, and I'm here to give you some healthy tips on how to take care of your heart. First, make sure that you're eating a healthy diet. It's important to include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fish, lean meats like skinless chicken, and low-fat dairy products, and of course, water. Second, don't eat if you're not hungry. Oftentimes we eat because we're anxious or bored, or it's just a habit. Do something else. Try some water, call a friend, do an activity. You'll find that those hunger pains will disappear all on their own shortly. Third, it's important to exercise. At least 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week is critical in keeping your heart nice and healthy, and walking at a moderate pace is a fabulous exercise. I hope you follow these tips to help take care of your heart so that your heart can take care of you. Happy Valentine's Day.